All right, I told you we'd be back. I'm Jason Salas. I continue to be Jason Salas, in for my friend Sonia Artero, who continues to enjoy a very, very well-deserved vacation. And tonight we're going to talk about dancing. Now, the Baila Society, or BASU, is a private organization promoting the art and sophistication of salsa throughout the planet through partnerships with leading dance schools and performers, award-winning musicians, charities, research companies, and international media. Now, together with her dance partner Daniel Esket, Ahtoy Wonpat Borja founded the dance company Baila Society, combining her extensive dance training and unique teaching skills to promote salsa as a sophisticated art form. And it's our extreme pleasure here at KUM to have them both in studio. Now, for those of you who may not remember, Ahtoy, who is originally from Guam, has performed in different productions locally, performing for the Guam Ballet Arts Theater, the Guam Symphony Society, and in Guam's most memorable productions such as the Nutcracker, the Emperor and the Nightingale, The King and I, West Side Story, Once Upon this Island. Her resume is very, very well deserved, I should say, as well as many other musical reviews. I was in Kids to the Rescue.
Oh, okay.
That's about as much theatrical experience as I have. Well, welcome to you and welcome to our two guests, Daniel and Ahtoy. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
All right, and of course, if Miss Ahtoy may look a little bit familiar, you may remember it was 1 week ago today on this very program. We had our brother Melvin who was here for the Poetry Slam, and we had that clip up on KUM.com that was very, very well received. So an incredibly talented family you have.
We're very proud of Melvin.
Okay. And I'm sure he's very proud of you as well.
I hope so. I think so.
Okay, well, let's just talk about you first and everything, because of course, you know, you are from Guam and everything. And how did you get into such a sophisticated and, I would venture to say, maybe a niche style of dancing, because it's not too popular out here in the mainstream?
No, not yet. But I started here with ballet with John Grensback. He was the director of Body Arts Dance School here in Guam. He was married to Megan Murphy, and they ran that school together. And he was actually a star ballet dancer from some famous companies in New York and in Houston. And he trained me for a career in ballet. And it was actually quite a privilege to have him here in Guam. So later on, when it was time to go auditioning, I decided instead to go to college at Columbia University in New York, and instead I went into competitive ballroom. Then after that, I discovered salsa, and it's not yet popular here, but it's actually very, very popular all over the world. And I've actually been able to have some of my most gratifying professional experiences in salsa because it's taken me all over the world to perform and teach.
Now, your mother, of course, Senator Judy Wonpat, was my elementary school vice principal, and I know as a lifelong educator she's probably pleased as punch just to have you even consider the Ivy League. So
yes, yeah, I think she was more thrilled about college than ballet at the time, but then she was like, when are you going to get back on stage? So here I am. I was really excited to have the opportunity to perform here in Guam.
Okay, well, Daniel, let's talk about maybe your background and how you got into the arts.
Well, you know, for me it was not quite as long a dance career as Ahtoy's, who is much more the professional, who's the one that takes the lead on many of the artistic elements of our company. For me, it was my father was an actor, and I spent my teenage years performing sort of local theater and doing plays there, but not so much dancing. I really got into that when I went to New York and did the typical New York thing, working 24/7. And one night after work, we went to this coworker of mine and myself. We went to this Cuban bar in New York called Nell's, and you have to picture it as this long mahogany bar and 5 old Cuban men playing salsa and playing rumba, and it felt very, very good. But then we heard music downstairs, so we went downstairs, and there was actually a DJ playing salsa. And I saw what I've never seen in New York before. People were so passionate about this, and what you saw was on 2 sides of the room. On the one room, it was just people getting up, and you could see that they never danced before, but they were enjoying themselves so much, just letting go of the day and relaxing and using it as a venting mechanism from work. But then on the other side of the room, you saw probably 50 or 80% of the most well-known salsa dancers throughout the world, and it was art to see them. It was almost perfection, and I was just stunned. It was really awe-inspiring, and it actually reminded me a couple of days ago, Ahtoy and I went to the south to do a hike down, I don't remember where it was, but it was a beautiful little piece of Guam, and a couple of friends told me the story of the flying proa. And one of the friends mentioned that it is just shooting across the ocean. You have to picture when the first people, people came to Guam and saw the flying proa shooting across the ocean, how fast it was and how beautiful it was to see it. But then considering the skill, the craftsmanship, and the knowledge you have to actually create something like that. And it reminded me, everyone has a concept of perfection, but when I saw people dancing, there was just total harmony between people that never even met each other, just through the dance. So I was hooked then, and we started dancing and met, and that's how we started the company.
Well, let me just say, because both of you got your experience and cut your teeth in New York City, there is nothing, or I should say few things more noble as a struggling artist in New York City, trying to make it, holding down a full-time day job and then also trying to make it in the craft that they want to pursue. All right, we'll tell you what, we are going to take a very quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're actually going to see Daniel and Ahtoy in action. That's coming up later on in the program. But next, we'll find out exactly why they're here on Guam and how you can benefit from their love of dance. You're watching KUAN News Extra.